Hello everybody. Welcome to a celebration of lived experience in the service in Derby in the third sector. For some people who might not know, Jericho House, we've been here, this is our 20-year anniversary. We've actually been in Derby for more like 28 years, but the first iteration was a bit of a wet house for alcoholics and people who were homeless. So we've been here for 20 years. And we have been helping people who have been affected by drug use and addiction quite successfully over the time. We're a 9-bedded residential treatment centre, and we offer ongoing aftercare and support. And the ongoing aftercare and support has been the thing that has mostly been beneficial to people like us. Excuse me. Before that, we just used to offer 6-month residential treatment, and people went back to their own places, own environments, and a lot, if not all the time, picked up drugs again. So the aftercare's been fantastic, and we've been working with Riverside Housing in Derby, and they've been a big help along the way. The whole point of this is to hopefully bring a bit of attention to lived experience, because it seems to go unnoticed and it seems to go unrecognised. It seems to be It seems to be sort of left in the dark when it comes to helping people like us, but it seems to be the most important and effective way to deliver the message of recovery. The current model, harm reduction and crime prevention, it's amazing, and I took part in that sort of stuff. But there has to be a bit more of an exit strategy for people who are caught up in addiction, or it's 10-year. 20 year, 30 year on methadone. I was reading something last night talking about Generation X, which is my generation, are just blighted. We're dying off in our droves, and it's not working. What we're doing is not working. So a wee woman 28 years ago offered Jericho House finances to open the house with this humble condition that we do good in Derbyshire, because she was from Derbyshire. So I stand here proud to be a part of this sort of stuff, that Jericho has helped like hundreds upon hundreds of people affected initially by drug addiction and their families. We have things like football teams that we run with the Studio House Project guys and Dave from Turning Point. We've got a family support that sports like 60 people a month show up, and that's only one meeting. If we'd done it weekly, it would be, the reach is, we're growing, and we've been here since the early stages of the fellowship in Derby, and along with some people in attendance today, we've sat in many a room, many a basement, many a church hall, and we've managed to sort of get the fellowship thriving in Derby, and really bustling, and it's like quality recovery as well. So we want to bring this stuff to the attention. Recovery's addiction is not nice, and it's not pleasant to see on your streets, but recovery's beautiful. But the bad thing about recovering people is we're quite humble, and we stay out of the way, and we keep our heads down, and nobody really gets to see it. So we're going to bring it to the forefront of the table and sort of push this sort of stuff, and we're hoping to get help from Derby, Mr. Mayor Alan Greaves, previous mayor, who these guys have been really supportive and really encouraging along the way, which we appreciate. Alan raised a lot of money for us just recently, thank you very much. Michael's been a great support, the mayors, it's fantastic to have you here. So I think I've sort of run out. If Dave wants to pop the slide, Dave. So we have a lot of we're not in this to make money for people. We've never been in it to make money, which is a bit of our downfall, if I'm honest. We've been in it to help people, and some of the guys in front of you, like Lee, for instance. Lee was caught up in the criminal justice system for his whole life. As soon as he became an adult, he's been in and out of jail 15 times. He abused every service that there is to abuse. And I don't think people really understand addiction, because he showed up at our doors, and we don't, you don't have to pay to come to Jericho House. You can come to Jericho House basically free, but he showed up expecting something from us. He felt addiction is very warped. He believed that we owed him something, and trying to untangle that type of mentality as complex people help complex people, and we are very complex ourselves. The whole staff team at Jericho House have suffered addiction, so we have a plethora of lived experience, and we can reach people who can be pretty sort of unreachable. But Lee came from the Falcon Centre, and the guys are here hiding somewhere, and he now has sort of done a 360, and he now works with them guys, and he's got a full-time job. He's got his kids back in his life. He's got a car. He's got self-esteem. He's got self-worth. He's got everything a person needs to thrive. And I suppose that's what Jericho we do. That's what people like us do. We build good people. We help people thrive in life, because, well, addiction's got a funny habit of sort of killing people. We've got, is it Chris Marshall? Chris Marshall came to, oh sorry for blowing him up. Chris came to us again in another horrible state, long-term methadone user, 70 mil I think he was on. And he was discouraged to come by his support network, which we get quite a lot. People have got this strange belief that you can't come off methadone, which just isn't true. No, the reality is you shouldn't stay on methadone, but that's not the plug. The professionals would tell a person that you shouldn't do that. That's maybe not a right idea. And Chris was looking at quite a hefty prison sentence, and not that we encourage people to come to Jericho to get away from jail, but we've managed to support him enough and advocate on his behalf to get him to a point where he's back in his family. He's not ended up in jail. He comes back to Jericho every week religiously he'll be, is it 22 months, the Mora, is that right? 22 months for Mora. He comes back to Jericho and gives up a couple of days, free of charge, man, which we never thought he would do it, to be totally frank. But no testament to him, he's came back, and we promote this idea of being of service to the community that we've taken so much off, to give back to your family. In turn, it gives back to yourself. So no testament to Chris, he's been doing it and is doing it. Shahid can't make it today because his fine lady is just about to give birth, maybe today, which would be very nice if that was the case. So Shahid's from Normanton. He's been about the services many times. He's struggled with his health. His pathway to addiction was a bit more legitimate. He had health concerns when he was younger. He got prescribed medication that led into active addiction that obviously ruined him. And he's been in and out the services, in and out of jail for years. He's got himself, I can't remember exactly, I've got it here, what am I talking about? He's like 3 years and 10 months. He's now working in Turning Point. He's going to have a baby. He's married. And this is one of him and his wife's big things, was having a baby, and it really means so much to him. More so than most, because I think they thought it might not be possible at one point. So, no, hopefully he sees this. I think we're being recorded, so congratulations to Shahid and his wife. I hope it comes today. We have Big Will Crowder, were big issue seller. He was the guy who was selling the big issue. He presented it as he was an entrepreneur in this field, and he was a big hitter. It was a publishing industry that he called it, but the reality was he was a big issue seller, and as soon as he made £10, he went and bought smack with it. So he came to us, and he was another really complex character with complex issues, and he's managed to get himself a nursing degree in mental health, and he now works with St Andrews and the NHS. So, no, again, the point of this is to sort of show recovery. Back to the methadone thing. I was on methadone for 10 years, and I was just I was sinking. And anybody I've ever known to be on methadone just sinks. It might help with crime reduction, it might help with desperation, but it just extends the pain and just prolongs the pain. And anybody who's been on methadone or prescribing drugs like that will sort of know. So again, I'm not dissing that, because there's a massive part of harm reduction and crime prevention that needs to happen. But let's help people out. Let's teach people how to get out. Let's support people to stay out. That's what we've been doing. That's your philosophy. Let's help people break probation and not go back to jail. Get off all drugs. Go and get a degree. Go and get a job. Go and get a wife. Go and get a life. Go and start a business. Go and do your own thing. Go and sort of take this stuff into the community and sort of be all you can be. Dave wants to pop the slide. No, the unfortunate fact about Jericho does is we've got 9 beds, we've got 9 spaces, we reach about 25 people a year maximum. So we're about quality, not quantity, unfortunately. We would love to be able to reach more. We're in the process of trying to get a bigger building, to find people to sponsor us, to find stakeholders, to find anybody who would like to help. We've been in Derby for 20 years, so know that we're going to prove or show you, or showcase. We were talking about it a wee minute ago. One of the guys was, when you come into Jericho House, you might think it was there for 50 years. Nat was talking about it, but it sort of turns out at that time, it was in its infancy. Not so much now. We're old men. We've grown up, but the beauty of that is we've got 20 years to showcase, and we've got 20 years to sort of show maybe the day what's possible. I'm going on way longer than I should, by the way, but so be it. Do you want to pop the other slide, Dave? No, the percentage is, you can see it, read it for yourself. But what we're talking about is people's lives, individuals, kids, mums, dads, and these are the stats for the 9-bed primary unit. We're not talking about the people we help in the community. We're hoping to branch out into the community. We're hoping to get day centres, or we struggle trying to help people with mental health because it takes more time and more manpower. If we get a bit of backing, a bit of funding, a bit of commissioning, we can even branch into that. So we're rich in manpower and passion, but we just need a bit of help today, that sort of stuff. So if there's anybody here who can help, please grab us. I think we just sort of covered that one, isn't it? No, the bills don't pay themselves at Jericho House. I don't know if anybody's got a house that does that, but we ain't, and these sort of things take money. We're not in it to make money. We've never been looking to make money, but we know how to help people, we know how to build people's character and self up. So again, we're looking for stakeholders, sponsors. Jed's been really eager to help, and we appreciate every and all bit of help that we can get. So really thank you for that sort of stuff. We have a family support meeting first Wednesday of every month. If anybody would like to attend, it's open to all. Everybody's welcome. If anybody would like to grab us for a chat after this, please feel free. So we're going to welcome Professor David Patton up. Where has he got to? Professor David Patton. He's going to